So
Okay.
I'm going to start with asking the question. Can you tell our community what the resident advisory group is about?
Go for it, Sid.
Well, the resident advisory group is actually, it was a formal group that had been set up by the city of Winnipeg to work with their community committees. We were originally formed to provide insight, our points of view for the community committees to help them make their decisions. Unfortunately, a lot of the community committees no longer function. Well, none of them do other than our group. But our main goal or our main purpose is to provide assistance to the community committee in making their decisions.
Okay. So I heard you mention that EKT, that's East Kildonan and Transcona. I don't know why North Kildonan's not specifically mentioned in our community committee, but why is it that we're the only one of the 5 city community committees that still have residents advisory group? Do you have an answer to that?
Anybody?
Well, my thoughts are, I'm not sure if you can hear me, but my thoughts are in some of the other communities, or as time has progressed. I mean, I'm not old enough to remember when there was more than the number of city councilors there are now. I do remember early high school, Elmwood had a councilor, not Elmwood East Kildonan, you know, and back then city councilors were all part-time, and a lot of things that are handled like bylaw revisions and the board of revisions used to be addressed at the community council level, and there was a lot more input than there is today. And so a lot of people have lost interest in that focus because the city councilor does not necessarily get involved with some of those decision-making processes.
Okay. So how are, this was a formal process, so I'm assuming there was an appointment process. How are your terms defined now as members of the residents advisory group?
Our terms of reference haven't changed. We're still working with the same terms of reference that we've had, I think, since I can't remember.
72, 90, I think. 1972? Or was it 95?
Could have been 95. But we've decided to leave those terms of reference as they are until we can build up our group a little bit more. And then we'll look at them, and with input from the counselors, probably might make some amendments to them. But our terms of reference are basically to provide our advice and assistance to the community committee.
To the councilors.
To the counselors.
We've got a community committee tomorrow, so I'm assuming I'll get an email with our reg minutes.
Yes, you will.
So I guess from a perspective, and of course I'm here on behalf of the residents of Transcona, but others in other wards may see this. What can people do if they want to get involved in a committee such as yours to sit as community members?
They can contact any one of us, any one of our members. Probably I'm the one who, if you want to put my email out there, Sean, I'm quite happy for you to do that.
I can have them contact my office, and I can then put them in touch with you. But
yeah, that'd be great.
Okay.
We don't have a formal website or an email address for the EK Transcona Resident Advisory Group, although that might be something that we could look at. It might be a good idea. But right now, we've basically been going with with all of our members, all of us are able to bring people into the group.
Yeah, a lot of times now that you'll see, instead of websites, people will set up Facebook pages
Exactly.
as a central location. Pages are pretty easy to manage as opposed to a group. I avoid groups. But it's great that people like yourselves are committed to this. Is there anything you want to add to this conversation today to help people be more engaged in our community?
if you don't mind, Cindy, I'll hop in here.
Go for it.
Tom,
Thanks.
you want to start your camera and then we can see you?
How do I do that? Okay. Oh, darn, you're right. That's what's going on here. Okay, hang on. You know, if it doesn't clap on, clap off, I can't figure it out. Whatever.
There you go. Okay, Tom, so you're going to talk
Yes. I'll give you sort of a bit of my background with the group. A few years ago, I actually saw an ad in volunteer section of the Kijiji. So I checked it out because I don't work every day for a living now, so I have time. And that's my first experience with the group. What I do have to say though is my concept of what you and your fellow counselors do on a daily basis was completely turned around for me. Like I really respect a lot of what you guys are doing on a daily basis now as counselors, which I didn't see before. It opened my eyes to a lot of stuff. I'm really glad to be involved. I'm learning all the time. The senior members are great on this committee because they've been in it so long. They know a lot of the history of different things. So they'll help us out there. And I think maybe what I'd like to do anyway is see if there's any ways we could be a better tool for the counselors, for you guys. And that's basically what we're there for, right? As a sounding board type thing. The more people get involved, the better it is. I contacted you about a month ago over the last meeting saying, do you mind if I hop onto a thread on this and put a thread onto, and I figure this is probably a better way to do it. I agree, Councillor. But yeah, just in that respect, we can hopefully get more members involved and more interaction between the councillors and us, so that we can actually do a better job.